You probably already know this, but these are the types of beautiful, sexy women that can be found at bars and nightclubs all over the world. In fact, because these nightlife venues are filled with such sexy women looking to have a good time, it can be a little intimidating to most guys, leaving them feeling a bit uncomfortable at these places. In this video, I'm going to share with you a closely guarded secret that's a bit unusual. 3 simple steps that will make the hottest women at any bar or club begging to come home with you after meeting for just one night. This is without any pickup lines, parlor tricks, or creepy wannabe hypnosis garbage. I know you're thinking it's too good to be true, but anyone who has used this technique can tell you that it works no matter how old you are, no matter how shy you are, no matter how overweight you are, how bald you are, how broke you are. Because it neurologically stimulates specific areas of a woman's mind and communicates on a psychological level, they cannot stop the feelings of attraction as a result of this chemical release in their brain. It's all biological and almost a little unfair. My name is Czar. I'm a dating coach, and I've been teaching this life-changing technique to my clients here in Los Angeles, California. Now, I need you to listen very closely. This video contains some of my biggest attraction secrets. I know you're a busy person, so I'll make it quick. But it's important that you pay attention because I don't know how long this video will be up. I'm sure I'll get a lot of controversy from the women in this world after this. Before we begin, I know what you're thinking yourself. You're thinking, yeah, I already know bars and clubs are filled with sexy women, and that most are single and looking for a man. But I just wouldn't know what to say if I approached them. I wouldn't know how to get a woman attracted to me after just one conversation. I wouldn't know how to get her number or a date. I wouldn't know how to go for a kiss or bring her home with me for a passionate night of sex. You're thinking, all the advice I've heard from people will never work, so I'll just accept that I can't do it, cross my fingers, and hope for the best. Hope for a woman to find me one day. Okay, hang on a second. Let me stop you right there. What I'm about to teach you will fill your weekends with dates and give you the power to choose any woman you desire. It is not a set of magic tricks to use in a bar hoping to look cool. It doesn't have any stupid advice like just be yourself, which has no practical use in the real world. It has nothing to do with cheesy pickup lines, and it doesn't involve anything ridiculous like trying to use hypnosis on somebody. And yeah, there are guys that do that. These 3 simple steps are the result of a discovery made from real-life data. If you're already successful with women, or prefer to learn it all on your own, then just close this video now. But if you've ever gone longer than a month without exciting sex with a young hot woman, or if you've ever had a girl that you liked stolen by some loud douche, or if you feel too old, too fat, too ugly, or too bald, or if you're tired of constantly trying to get women interested in you, this technique will get women chasing you. Before we get into it, let me tell you a bit about myself. I'm a dating coach, a certified life coach, a speaker, an author, and I've been fortunate enough to have helped thousands of men across the world effortlessly attract the women of their dreams. But before I discovered all this, I was completely clueless about women. When I was young, I was in the military, and I was ripped. I'll be honest, I looked pretty good, and yet I was still a virgin. Trust me, it's not because I didn't try to get women. I definitely tried. I just couldn't. I witnessed other guys who were skinny, bald, or overweight getting laid every week while I got stuck in the friend zone with every girl I met. I had to witness these girls go from one guy to the next, hearing their relationship problems, hearing things like, oh, I wish I could find a guy like you, or I wouldn't want to ruin our friendship. It didn't make any sense, because I was the image of a perfect man that you see in magazines and television. I was a nice guy who looked like a muscular male model. Even the uglier guys these women dated were always confused as to why I was not hooking up with any of them. I returned home with my first lesson about women. Looks don't matter. Then I thought what every man thinks. Money is the key to getting women. Women want a man with money, so that's what I need. So I worked my way to a successful career with a very well-known company. And I had a lot of money and power. And guess what? It was worse. Much worse. I couldn't even become friends with women anymore. The only time any woman would give me any attention is if I was buying her something. My money was making it worse for me. So I learned my second lesson about women. Money doesn't matter. Soon after, my job was outsourced and I was laid off. I was incredibly lonely and I hit rock bottom with women. I just gave up and realized that unless I figure out this part of my life now, I will be old and alone. Any hopes of meeting a woman relied on pure luck. I'm sure you understand the feeling. Just crossing your fingers and hoping that everything will work out, that you'll possibly meet a girl through a friend, or that a relationship with a pretty girl will just happen to fall into your lap. I hated that feeling. Because not only do you have absolutely no control over your situation, but it kind of makes you feel like less of a man. Especially at the bars when you see other guys attracting women while you're sitting with your buddies, drinking your beer, trying to act like you're not envious. So I started researching, just as you're doing. I watched every video on the internet and used my endless money supply to get every product out there. And instead of just reading, I took it further. I personally visited different bars and clubs to actually test out every single technique that I found. You name any technique or product, and I've most likely already tried it. I did this 3 to 4 days per week for 3 years straight. That's over 3,100 hours of research in real-life environments. I treated every outing like a science experiment, testing and recording the results. And you know what? Most products out there are bullshit. During my research, I started to see certain patterns emerging. Now, since I'm a software programmer, some say that I think like a computer. I started to compile my data and create algorithms and formulas that I can repeat and perfect over time. Along with that, I read hundreds of books about neuroscience, evolution, psychology, you name it. In the end, what I discovered was 3 simple steps that any guy can repeat over and over that would make any woman feel attraction very fast, like within minutes of meeting. And since you're creating a chemical reaction in her brain, she will simply feel an uncontrollable attraction to you and will have no idea why. She won't even care either. She'll just turn to her friends and say the classic line that women often say, "There's just something about him." The tip I'm about to share helped Milo go from being alone in the city to bringing a beautiful woman home each weekend in just a few days. Thanks, Milo, for letting me use your pictures. When it comes to dating in our modern society, unfortunately, men get the shorter end of the stick, no matter where they live. Unlike beautiful women who have their choice of many guys that are interested in them, men don't typically have the same amount of options. In fact, studies have shown that 80% or more of men feel unconfident in their abilities with women. And the older we get, the less stamina and testosterone is produced in our bodies, giving us only a small window of opportunity to enjoy an exciting relationship with a beautiful young woman. The reason why most men are not confident around women is because we were never given any instruction on what attraction truly is. Let me give you a quick anatomy lesson so you know why the tip I'm about to share is so effective.